So yeah, today we're mainly here for Reign of Spiders, and I mean, it is what it is. I can't do Harbinger on every run because obviously that one depends on Reign of Spiders. I forgot what the thing is again. True Believer, Kathak, and well, that's about it. I'll set a random backstory and I'll randomize things as best I can if the game will let me load, and we will move on. We're not using any modded events, obviously, but I usually show that, which is why I wanted to make that something. So, True Believer, we'll set a random backstory, or as many as we have. We'll set item statistics random as well for giggles, and the timeline is X for every single mystery has a random timeline. And we have to go Kathak. So, as we get into Kathak Cult, character exclusive random item, Yashiro, we have to make sure that we don't die, pretty much. All you have to do is complete the run. And considering that I mostly play on Harbinger, again, this one cannot be on Harbinger because the achievement requires you to be on True Believer. Light check, second encounter check, second mystery check, charisma, strength, and maybe a knowledge at 8 check, but we're Yashiro, and with our stats not oofed by Harbinger, we can actually just run anything we want. Yashiro doesn't do bad in that regard, and actually his perks aren't terrible bad, they're just not, you know, ultimately amazing except for Zeal. And then after that, it really depends on what you personally prefer. I forgot that I never saved these, so I need to actually save a loadout of these. But Monument would help out if we had it, but we're gonna work without it. Oops, let me do that. OBS is complaining because it's like, hey, you need to tone down the quality of your recording. And I say, well, why does it have to be that way? Anywho. So we'll take a look at our mysteries. We'll go with default, close, Yashiro, check twice. Don't check anymore, I could just grind it out, but usually it doesn't matter. Coma, Festival, Arms, Akamanto, and Vigil. We'll take Vigil first so we can get a free weapon, and then do Arms, Akamanto, because we don't know what timeline we're going to be on, so... Now, we are in Kathak, so the moment we run into an encounter, this could be really bad, but hopefully that doesn't happen. So yeah, we'll hold on to that, just in case. I want to hope I don't run... If I wanted to play it safe, I should have gone into a town mystery first, but thankfully I didn't get punished too hard. Man-Eating Plant is by far one of the easier encounters relative to the other encounters that exist. So yeah. So we'll go for this. If we lose like 6 stamina, so be it. That is quite fair for the amount of pain that I may have to go through. And if nothing else, Yashiro has an extra point or 2 of stamina and reason for the very purpose of it, or at least that I use. The way I use it is just to tank something, especially if I plan to do something like Vigil first, which I'm doing right now. Bow, bow, clap, clap. Don't hurt me, robots. Anywho, moving on. I won't explain further what I meant by that. We lose 2 reason here because, oh, we're also on apparently a max threat level location, maybe even a max, or a high threat level location. We might even be at max threat level. I need to take a look. OBS is continuing to complain, but we'll deal with it. So I'll look at my Doom. Okay, we're on high threat level, not max. Again, for those who don't play on Harbinger and are watching this video and have not remembered or haven't known about it, is that Harbinger adds another max threat level location just straight up. Whereas I think every other difficulty, you only have 1 max threat level location. And easier difficulties, there may be no locations with max threat level, so it's kind of important that you know which threat levels your locations are at. I was trying to figure out a better way to say that, but as I'm speaking with Stream of Consciousness and I get a nice ring, not really much else to say. However, we do eventually get out, and I think, wait, I didn't know, what's our stat? 5 damage, 83, okay, so we did get, this is some good RNG, and obviously some RNG rolled on your side is good, although our speed is 83, so that's not the best, but I mean, if it allows me to do something cool like prep strong and then brace, no, it doesn't really, but losing 2 reason is by far the least of my concerns. Now that being said, I might as well roll RNG here because if I'm going to 2-turn this encounter, and this is something to think about, if you're going to 2-turn an encounter by prep strong in 2 turns, you might as well go for the 1-shot if you can guarantee that you'll still 2-turn the encounter. And then I could also have gone for a dodge, but that's other things. Okay, so since OBS is continuing to complain, let me take care of something in the back really quickly. I did so while we were waiting there, but because I have things running in the background so that I can do things. We did get roads closed, so thankfully I got rid of Vigil, although we might still be in trouble because I think we have Yeah, we do have Festival. That adds a bit of Doom, not as much. It's not as bad as if I had, say, Footage and or Botanist. Or Bulletin. So, into Akamanto we go. This will decrease Doom some more, but ultimately it will just result in me resting more, if I can. Because I know I didn't get Fed and Fume. Now, yeah, that was my first... I don't even need to check. It was my first mystery. And we're obviously not on another old god that results in more town effects, so... yeah. I would like more funds. We're gonna follow the Weird Man instead. Fail because... a fair perception check, but... even if we're not on Harbinger... also, I should be checking my threat levels. I forgot to do that. Oh, Mansion was max threat level. Well, hey. We don't have anything else because, yeah, they were in Akamanto, Arms. I'm counting in real life. I'm, like, raising my fingers. We have Festival, and then we have Coma. So, basically looking for a high threat level location, but not really a lot. Yeah, Seaside and Mansion. We could set the police patrols to the forest, but more importantly, get our thingamajiggy here. I was thinking, because I was thinking of my second encounter. Set the patrols in the forest, move on. But my second encounter was the animated head, because I was going for a 2-shot, or 1-shot, and it was a guaranteed 2-shot, so yeah. That to remember, need to remember that because I do have the... or I did have the thingamajiggy, the second encounter check at the lighthouse. Let's get rid of this now. I mean, my stat... I don't care about stats normally, but just in case... okay, that might actually be worse. But we'll see if it is. And then I would celebrate leveling up, but we're Yashiro, and Yashiro needs a bit more experience to level up, because I don't know why. Now, granted, if and when we get Zeal, we're gonna celebrate, but still, nice 12 roll, but that event, thankfully, you get things for failing. And there's Fungal Growth, and we're gonna take some stamina damage, but we have painkillers. That's why I didn't really mind not resting. Now, the real question is... do I get out? I think I do, because regardless, I'm gonna brace here, but I'm pretty sure I get Desperate Struggle here for 15 damage. And if not, I get 12 damage at least. Well, I get to Handcuff as long as I don't mess this up. Again, for those who haven't seen that before, you can use Handcuffs in between your turn of you getting hit and you dealing damage. So if you use it after you deal damage but before you get hit, yeah, you can really save resources. Until we can no longer do that. And you can consider that a bug that you don't want to exploit, but obviously it has some real use. So, stealth is pretty much useless here. I don't know why we would have to do an achievement that nerfs Yashiro more, but Yashiro, that is not the only perk that Yashiro has. So, you know what? I could also heal here. But strength is more important, both because we're using a meat cleaver and because brace is still a pretty cool option. I also forgot that I'm taking a lot less damage here, so... let's take arms now, and profit. Although I might as well equip the Crestfallen Mask, if for no other reason to sell the nice ring. Because when you have 0 funds, you can run into out of funds, and out of funds numerically, on average, is worse for you, so... if you're lucky, then out of funds can be an okay event, but as of recent, at least in my experience, it's not. We're gonna do this to grab more funds, because I... may want to grab a pack of cigarettes. Thankfully, it only costs 4 funds. We can also do this. We have so much funds. Also, a quick little Yashiro review. This item is pretty much... yeah, it's not useless, but it's not the best because you normally don't want to run on Harbinger anyway. On any other difficulty, it's amazing or better than normal, but... like, so right there, I could take out the marked Bible and... rest right now, but we shouldn't really need it, especially when we have Festival next, and the reason I say that is because in Festival, you get to rest once or twice for relatively low cost. Yes, it was nerfed recently, but the nerf was that it now costs Doom to rest in Festival, but still, I would rather that than enter an event. Unless you don't need to rest, then you can rest once and then proceed to visit the Festival. Which still doesn't cost Doom itself, so hey. So we get to 2-turn this encounter, we only take -1 reason, because we're not on Harbinger. I keep forgetting that. I'm like, wow, I'm taking a lot less damage. I must have Kana with me. Also, our Doom is relatively low, because... hold on. We are on Timeline B. I don't think it matters still, because it doesn't do yeah. This is chump change damage. Like, you don't understand how much damage you're actually taking until you play Harbinger and then you stop playing Harbinger. But anywho, if we take 6 stamina, 6 stamina damage, it still doesn't matter. Although here, we might as well go for a one-shot because we're gonna one-shot it next turn anyway. Unless I completely miss everything, but I think I still one-shot it. Or two-shot it. But anywho. And then, yeah, we have Cultist on top of True Believer Doom Decrease. On Harbinger, you don't get things like There Is No Hope at all. So, on non-Harbinger difficulties, your Doom decreases, and that's overall 10% more Doom to work with, but that 10% can mean the difference between you living and dying in more than a few situations. So we'll take Zeal, because Zeal will be confident and keep increasing strength. We're going to actually still heal Reason. And then we'll enter Festival. And funny enough, we're going to Onsen because our Reason is maxed out. If you're maxed out on Reason but are missing Stamina, might as well rest in the Onsen. I could rest twice here. We have someone to Doom to work with. And then we look for friends because this is a free ally estate. And we're topped off, ready to do some investigations. Now, events could absolutely pound us. But when stats don't matter and you roll 1, 2s, and 3s, or 10s, 11s, and 12s, yeah, it really doesn't matter. As I said, 1s or 12s. So, at least on this channel, you do what you feel is correct. And I'll do what I feel is correct. So we're gonna just go for the big Hail Mary play. If I missed 2 of those, it would have been really bad. But since we didn't, we get to do Prep Attack, because with 8 Strength and the random item stats being as they are, we get to do that. On top of Zeal adding an extra point of damage. This is, again, I'm not going to say Yashiro's Terra bad, but normally Yashiro experiences issues. And I say more so because I usually don't like to mess with my max stamina and Reason anymore. Even like if I were to advise someone, 9 stamina, or 9 max stamina, 9 max Reason, you can even go a little bit even below that, so 7 max stamina, 7 max Reason. I just don't like going anywhere from here and below, because if you're stuck in events, like in footage, and you have like 9 forest events to go through as we fight the boss here, and we might as well, because this grants you a very, 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 in my opinion, very good slot C. Well, never mind, actually, because we'll take it anyway. I've already committed, and just to kind of show how much Doom is not an issue here, we're just going to keep doing this. So we take 6 Doom damage and get an item. The reason why I had to backtrack there is because we're wearing the Crestfallen Mask, but even if we weren't wearing the Crestfallen Mask, we would have 49% Doom right now, and we're going into our last mystery. For those who don't know, if you're about to investigate your last mystery and you have 40% Doom, you are doing really, really, really well. And at this point, I probably can smoke my cigarettes here, but let's just be safe and investigate a few times. Just so that we make sure that we're doing things. And even if we run into an encounter here again, it's not... We get to do this. Also, a very quick aside, the fact that your stats all decrease by 1 actually affects you a lot more than you think, in my opinion at least. Because it's literally the difference between me being able to prep attack right here and not. Because if I run Harbinger, I would have 7 strength instead, and I would not have been able to do this with the random stats that we have. And to remind ourselves, yes, we are lucky because we are... The game rolled a 5 on Meat Cleaver damage. It can fluctuate from 3 to 5. So... Now again, when you roll 12s... pain happens, but hey. And realistically speaking, if I don't have fetid fumes, I should be resting here at least once. I should definitely rest here now, but to kind of just rub in the point, if I die because of this, so be it. Like, you don't understand. Oh, now, this is actually an encounter I do kind of have to worry about, but we get Brace into a guaranteed strong. There's not really that much to worry about. And in fact, I can do this because I'm pretty sure I one-tap Miku here. And on Harbinger with these things, again, it's not just that there's less damage or that my stats are decreased by 1. it's a mixture of all, because again, if my stats were lowered on top of damage increase, I might have actually taken 4 all damage in that encounter. On top of RNG. Again, the little things do add up in World of Horror. Now, actually, I should have smoked the cigarettes earlier, but we'll deal with it. We have a bite. That doesn't matter either. Like, I promise you, it doesn't matter. In fact, I'm even going to fight this encounter regularly, just to show. For those who don't know, you can improvise pseudo-infinitely in the... Well, you can improvise infinitely during dullness, but the amount that you can pick up from improvise is limited by your storage space regardless, so... Yeah, this should be like at least 11 per hit, as I said. And we'll do this, and we'll quote-unquote die here. But we don't, actually, that's right. I completely forgot that things happen. We also get the Gruesome Totem from Yashiro's perk, but they both pretty much do near the same thing, except this one costs max reason, which you normally don't have to worry about regardless. And yeah, this is Reign of Spider. Again, if I taught you anything cool, if I reinforced your views because I'm just... If you don't like what I'm doing, then cool too. But as I said here, we just rest here and we move on. Again, the only other scare here is that if your max stamina and reason is very, very low before going into the lighthouse, I don't care. We live no matter what. But if it were any lower, I might have to worry. But because it's not, I can just kind of close my eyes and walk up this lighthouse and be perfectly fine. Not that I'm closing my eyes in real life, but you get what I mean as we unlock the Reign of Spiders achievement. And we finish this run. So we'll close out this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you really want to support me in any shape or form. Memberships are open, but with the Reign of Spiders achievement, I almost said back, Reign of Spiders achievement complete, we get the commoner backstory, which I guess we can play with next run with what we have. And if I unlocked anything else, I'm pretty sure I didn't, then yeah, that is as it is. But without further ado, yes, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!